everyone, it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life. I'm filming a lot of videos back to back, so I'm in the same getup for all of these. I'm really excited because this is one of the planners I received for 2024. This is the Wonderland 222. I did a haul video talking about it, but today we're gonna flip through like page by page and talk about how this planner is set up. This is an entire year planner. They call it the all-in-one because it has all the pages in the back that can be your daily pages for the year, and it's nice. This is one I definitely have plans for using in 2024. So we're gonna talk about it. I actually have their new, completely redesigned weekly layout. It's called the Unstacked Weekends. So we're gonna talk about that. I'll show you guys an older version so you can see the stacked weekends in action, but I'm just gonna walk through their layout. If you wanna see the other things I got, including the planner purse, which is awesome, go ahead and check out the other video. I'll link it down below for you guys. But in this video, we're just gonna walk through this one all the way through, and I'll tell you guys some things I'm thinking about doing in here for 2024. That's it for the chit chat. Let's go ahead and hop into the actual planner. Alrighty, let's go ahead and flip through the Wonderland 222. I have the Unstacked Weekends all-in-one, which includes enough of the daily pages for an entire year, whereas last year the only options just contained some daily pages. And the idea behind this was you would pair it with a notebook. You could pair it with a slimline notebook and change the notebooks out, or you can pair it with a giant chunky notebook. And this way, you don't have to have it with anything. This is just all in one, your daily pages contained all year for that. So I love the new all-in-one option. I do have another layout that I have here. This is the stacked weekends, and the coloring and stuff is different for the 2024s, but it's the basic same layout of your hourly schedule, your top section here, which will include holidays, your bottom section here for whatever you want, maybe a to-do list. This could be priorities or major appointments or things that have to get done. And then the stacked weekend is right here, and this works really well if you like those vertical column stickers that are 1.5. They do actually fit in these columns, so that is an advantage to this A5 size stacked weekends. But some people don't want stacked weekends, so they came out with unstacked weekends here, and that's what we're going to flip through. I have a whole other video on the older version of a stacked weekend planner here, so I'll link to that down below. Now the planners, you can purchase covers for these. This is the one that fits the all-in-one, and their covers are really nice as far as covers go. I personally don't love the feel of the plasticiness. I'm like a really tactile person. I love the feel of like the actual covers themselves. So I don't really mind that over time they're gonna get scuffed and damaged and worn in. I don't mind that at all. I actually think it kind of adds to it for me. I find this to be more like a couch slip cover. Like you want to live on your couch, you don't want it to feel like plastic. Well, that's how I feel about planners in general. I just want them to feel nice and luxurious because, you know, you're paying for a premium, nice product, and yeah, it's going to get worn and used, but I don't want it to feel like plastic. And that's where these covers really, just in general, all across the board, I don't love the plastic covers for that reason alone. I love that it can protect the planner, but I just hate the feeling of it. I want to feel the actual planner. And now there's, like, speaking of these ones are really nice because they have an extra little pocket here, and they also come with a pen loop, which I think are really nice extra touches. If you want the protective sleeve, theirs are really nice for a protective sleeve with all that other stuff in mind that I don't like the plastic feel in general. So it's just not something I love, but they do offer it in the various sizes and the various thicknesses for their planners. So you can get that protection if you don't want your planner to get scuffed up or damaged over time. Like, it doesn't bother me. I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna get scratched and the corners are gonna get dinged here and there, and I can live with that just for the sake of like feeling the planner. I want to feel it and not feel plastic. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the actual Wonderland 222 Unstacked Weekends all-in-one planner. So all the other planners are going to come in various sizes and orientations. Some of them will have the stacked weekends, some of them will have the unstacked weekends. There'll be various thicknesses because not all of them come as all-in-ones, but this is the one I got for this 2024 year, and I want a big, giant, beefy, chunky planner. So I love this one. I love they came out with the all-in-one option. So flipping in, their book is bound with this like thicker weight cardboardy layer. That's the same as the inside of this cover. So this cover is bendy a little bit, but it's also nice and protective and rigid. It's not gonna ding up super duper easily, although over time it will still probably ding up just fine. But I've got the protective layer in there, and this is where the pages get glued together. They just have this little cover page. It talks about them, and it gives you a little QR code to check out their stuff. And it says what kind it is here. A5 2024 Weekly Planner Unstacked Weekend. So moving in, you get this key and index page. So their planners are really cool because all the pages, including the weekly and monthly, everything is a page numbered page, aside from the key and index pages. So you start your actual numberings on the yearly pages there. So you get page number 6. All these pages count, but they're not actually numbered. That's your index and key. So if you have a week where you write something important down, or you want to keep track of what page is what monthly spread, like if you're keeping track of the monthly spreads and you want to know what page number it is, you can write down, you know, all the monthly spreads and write their page numbers down in here. So this is set up for being a 2-column thing, or you can write your thing here and then your page number here if you want to use it as a 1-column spread. Their grid lines are subtle enough that you don't have to really use them, but their extra lines are a little bit darker. And again, if you're starting to write, you'll blend that line in with whatever you're writing. So you can use them as a guide, or you can just ignore those extra like divider pieces throughout this book. So all of it's set up like that. Like these lines separate each section, but you could just write in this whole box if you want. You don't have to use those line sections at all if you don't want to. They're just there to help you if you want to use them, and you can ignore them if you don't want to use them. So here's the key and index, goes over 3 pages there. And then you have your yearly calendar. You have 2023 all the way through 2026. You can do a lot of forward planning. And you can also see the previous year. And in the beginning here, you'll have December for 2023. You'll have some previous stuff and also some future stuff. So looking at the yearly spread, the current year is the one that's not grayed out at all. And then the rest of them are a little bit grayed out. But the thing is with theirs is it's not like a pure gray. It is a grayish, so it definitely has that taupey, beige-ish color leaning. I would call it a grayish, where it's gray, beige, or taupe. It's really, really light and subtle, but it's definitely there and noticeable, but it's not super dark. They used a little bit darker of a layout in previous years. You can see they're like grayish, just much, much darker on these pages, where the newer one got a little bit of a facelift and they made it a little bit more subtle. Then you get the yearly spread, and this is a great one for tracking habits or steps or miles or weight, whatever thing you want to track throughout the year. It's got the entire year across these pages, and then you can write more things down here. It's gridded out so you can write goals or tally other things throughout the months. You also get this quarterly planning page, which I like the way that they do this. It gives you an actual monthly calendar and also just extra pages. So you can use it right across the page like that if you want to. You get those for all the way through the year. 3rd quarter, and they're labeled up at the top. 3rd quarter, 4th quarter. And then you move into the habit tracking page, which is pretty interesting. These ones are all together up at the front. I've been filming so much that my camera is getting hot in between, so there's a lot of like weird jump cuts, but there's a lined page, and then you move into the tracker section, which is all year long here. You do get December, and I want to see where it ends, if you get anything past January, but I'll show you the actual tracker page in a second. So you get all the way to November, and then that's it. So you get your notes page, and then the trackers are actually done sideways. You can see you write your whatever title here. There's also 4 little check boxes up at the front here, so I don't exactly know if those are going to be like weekly trackers, a week on each of those, but these are divided interestingly. It's 1 through 31. It also gives you the days, and then the weekends are the darker grayish color. You can see the lines of the weekends on there as well, so it's already dated and filled out for you. This is December 2023, and you have, I guess that would be weekly 4. So these are set up in a way that you have actually a ton of goal space. I thought it was kind of weird. There are 18 spaces here. I don't know why they wouldn't make it like an even 20. I don't know what the significance is for 18, but there's room for 18 different metrics or habits you want to track. And also there's room for them to be daily. And there's also room that if you want it to be a weekly goal, you can put that there. So I could see this being something where I'm like, I want to ride 3 days a week. So I would check off whatever days I do it, and then I would check off the week on this column. Like, yes, I got my 3 days a week that week. Yes, I got it week 2, that kind of thing. So you can use it in various different ways. And then there's also this room down the sides, but you get one of these for each month, and it is turned sideways so that they could fit a whole month across the page in one line. A lot of these trackers are done vertically. So your monthly stuff would be at the top and then your habits would be checklisted down. So it keeps everything the same orientation. But I kind of like this. I kind of like being able to turn the page and having it look like a big giant calendar. Because the ones that go downward sometimes throw me off. So we've got all those trackers up at the front and you can see everything is tabbed on this book. So you can see all of the different sections easily and grab whatever section you're going towards on here. So this one's just labeled tracker. We're going to get to the end of the trackers and then we move into December because they give you an extra month. You got a notes page and then the December overview, and these pages are set up really interesting. Let's see if I can grab. You're seeing a lot of the lines behind it too. Let's see if I can maybe make it easier for you guys to see. Okay, it's still a little bit lumpy, but you can see this one's set up where there's 2 boxes here that are longer, and then you've got a bigger square box down here. All of it's gridded, but it gives you like a darker line on some of these things, and then 4 different boxes with little headers. So these could be like 4 main goals, or week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. It's really open to interpretation. So you could have, this is the monthly errands I need to run. This is the monthly birthdays and things that are happening this month. This could be your weekly goals, or this could be a certain goal topic. You can write the details in, and then you have this whole area. So you've got lots of room. You've got a notes page in this case, but you'll see moving forward, this one will change. It gives you lots of room to write out goals and things. Then you move into your monthly spread. And again, it's got the grayish, but it's very, I think, toned down and minimal. And I love their writing that they use. It's just nice, clean fonts. It's just really beautiful and well done. I love the aesthetic of all of this. So it goes really close to all of the margins, so the boxes are nice and big. It's got holidays on these calendars. Each month has a darker thing, and then the weekends are darker as well. And then you have this little column for notes here as well. And then for weeks that have an extra like week, couple of days, they do have it divided differently. Okay, I was able to find one. So weeks where you get like a couple of extra days hanging off the top or the bottom, they condense it down to make it 6 weeks. So you lose a square. You can see these boxes are bigger than these boxes, but that way none of these days are sharing a box. A lot of them will like cut the box in half, and they did in previous years, but they actually made it so there's 6 actual weeks showing up. So nothing's sharing a box. You get a box for every day. I think it's a really nicely well thought out thing, but it loses that ability to like be the same stickers. Like if you found a sticker that fits here, it's not going to fit on these 6-week ones, which are rare. I had to flip quite a bit to find one. I was flipping back and forth until I found one, but September 2024 has 1 day on 1 week and then 1 day on the end week as well. They got all 6 weeks squished in there. So that's what the monthly looks like. Then when you move to the next one, you get your weekly spread. And this is the spread that I was talking about. This one's the Unstacked Weekends. I did end up stickering somewhere with a 1.3-inch sticker. I don't know where my sticker ended up being. Oh, there it is. So it actually does fit the 1.3-inch stickers, which are generally labeled Hobonichi Cousin Kit stickers, because this is the same width as the Hobonichi Cousin, which popularized these Tomoe River paper books. But the 1.3-inch Hobonichi stickers fit. So the kits I get from Hubbin and Chub Girl fit perfectly, which I'm very, very happy about. So this is the A5 size. This hourly goes from 7 a.m. down to 21. So they do use military 24-hour clock time. And then you get no hours down at the bottom, no hours at the top. You get lots of room for adding extra to-do list things or whatever you want, not necessarily on an hourly. And you can use this however you want. You don't have to necessarily use the hourlies. And you also don't even have to use these division bars. If you want to just start your to-do list here and go all the way to the bottom, you definitely can. And then this column here is just for notes. It's got the calendar week circled on there. The monthly calendar is actually Monday start, so the weekends can stay together. And that's how a lot of European countries do it, I'm told. Yeah, I'm just used to the Monday start weekly spread and then the Sunday start monthly calendar. So that throws me off a little bit. So we're walking all the way through. You get the whole month of December. And then at the end, you get a review and then a new month overview. So here's the December. It mirror images the overview page. Whatever 4 things you wrote, review them or talk about them, write your notes and reflections for the month, and then move on to your new month on the next page, and then it goes the same way. Monthly calendar, weekly pages, all the way to that same review page. So each month is going to be set up the same way. I love that they give you a review and an overview every month. So you get those 2 extra pages to work with. You can use them however you want. and they can just be notes pages if you need extra note pages each month. So all the months are going to be set up like that. We're going to go all the way to the end and see what you get at the very end. So we're into December, at the very, very end of December here. Because of the way the months fall for 2024, you get the 31st, which is the last day of December, and then you get all the way to January 5th on the weekly spread, and then you move into your review page and into the daily pages. So these are numbered 201 through 576. You get 375 pages. You can still do a whole year, and then you get a couple of extra sheets as well, but the intention is to have 1 page per day on here. And then it's set up with an hourly time grid all the way from 1 to 24, and they're skipping spaces, so you get the half-hour increment as well if you want to use the hourly thing there. But because your hourly is right here, I could see a lot of people not using it, and luckily it's very subtle, so you could totally ignore it. Just like most of their lines, they're structured, but it's so light and delicate that you can ignore it if you want to do your own thing with it. I love that they build in the structure, but it's very customizable as well. And this is divided out into like a reverse T, like upside down T, where you get 2 quarter sections here and then a big half section at the bottom. And again, you could divide this out however you see fit. If you want to have like your food log here, your workouts here, journaling here, however you want to divide it out, or you can just ignore all of that outright, which I probably would tend to just ignore all of that outright and just use it however I want. These pages are tabbed as daily down here, but they don't have any sort of date information on them, so you do not have to use them as a daily page. You can use however you want. You just have room for every single day and then a couple sheets extra. So all the daily pages look like that. They are completely undated, but they are numbered at the bottom. So again, you can use that index in the front of the book. It's like the front few pages of the book. You get that key and index section. So if there's journaling on here and there's one day you need a note that you need to keep, you can write down the page number and come back to it again and again. So it's easy to be able to document it if you need to keep track of stuff, and otherwise you just know that they're going to be daily pages. And it could be a situation where you could go to the front here and write, okay, these are all my January daily pages. It'll be number what through ever, whatever number it is in the back. So you know those are your daily pages for January back in the back. I have also seen some people mention that on their weekly page, they'll write whatever page number it is. So if they skip a few days, or if they have other note type things in here, if I make a daily page for this day, I write page 281, whatever page it is actually on. It'll go on my weekly spread here. And you could also do that on the monthly spread as well. You can see page, whatever is this daily page if you have to refer back to anything. So there's a lot of ways to use the daily page, and then there's a lot of ways to keep track of it if you want to keep track of what page number you're on. So that really takes you to the end of the book. You get the stacked weekends versus unstacked weekends. There are also A6 and B6 sizes of these, so you can check those out. They come in various different thicknesses. They also have the notebooks in all 3 sizes, and then the planner purse I showed in the haul video, so you can check that out if you're interested in a planner purse for this. I love, love, love that. I'm going to be traveling with that. They come in 4 different colors this year. This is an older color, but this is the wild berry color, which is beautiful. It's just like a nice magenta-y pink color, and it's pretty. All the colors this year are very jewelry toned, which I'm digging. Nice and saturated colors. So there you go. There is my look at the Wonderland walkthrough. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, as far as ideas for this, I'm totally thinking wellness planner or sticker sneeze planner for this. It's going to be one or the other. It's in the running for me. I totally want to use this. I love that the pages are all numbered. I love the organization of it. I love the taupey-ness of it. The grids are the perfect size grids. The lines aren't too dark that I have to use them if I don't want. Love that it's all contained in one big chunky monkey book, and it's the Tomoe River paper that I love. So I am totally set on using this in some capacity for the entire 2024 because I just want to chunk it up and make it look big and fluffy, and this paper gets super crinkly when it's used. And I'm totally going to start diving into fountain inks in November. I have a no spend going on in October, but November I already have my wish list ready for like the basic fountain pen stuff, and I definitely want to ink up the pages, and I just want it to be fluffy and crinkly and chunky. And yeah, this one's totally in my lineup for 2024. I'm just not exactly sure what exactly is going in here, but it's totally in my lineup. So hope you guys liked this look at everything. like, subscribe, follow me along. I'm getting close to 10K, so if you are here watching this video, please subscribe. I would love to have you join in with my Sami Sweet Life crew, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.